I really had to do it. I had to do a jingle for him. I miss it without a doubt. You know who I'm talking about. Hey, I really had to do it. I had to do a jingle for him. I miss it without a doubt. Kwaku, him no stop run the route. Well, this is Tipper Iron. You know, some of them for the new brand forum talk show. With no brethren Kwaku. Keep it locked.
Listen up, my peoples. This is Galaxy After We, the only de-brainwashing station in a this nation. So keep it tuned and keep it locked. Galaxy After We are the real deal and no bric-a-brac. Michael Gordon said that. Ha, you see me? Word.
O tepe neke je asenebe Akwaba. Been true to Newburn Forum People's Talk Show live on GalaxyAfeewit.com. Hold on, I just want to hear this tune here because I play this tune here specific tonight for all African people globally. This is for you. I want to listen to the words of one of our most renowned reggae singers in Britain, Brother Michael Gordon. He sings a tune, say, I'm going to sentence you. And as we know that they have approved a vaccine to give our people, it's us them coming for. 95% proof them say. I don't know about Uno, but I'm suspicious. But anyway, here in British Britain and on the planet now, things are going. So for those of us who seems to forget, listen to these words carefully. Brother Michael Gordon.
On the blood of my ancestors you strived.
Hear that? Mudubafo to the creating force of the University of Nippon and being that which is greater than ourselves, who has many names. Olodumare, Olokulu, Mungo, Ja, Onyeme, Amen Ra, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We come to the fire show tonight. We need to move to burn some fire. Mundubafo to the ancestors who died fighting the cause of African people for the last 6 millennia. Mundubafo to those ancestors who wrote our stories down on stones of papyrus, books, scrolls, put them in audio and video so that we would never forget where we come from, who we are, what we have accomplished, how we have survived the tyranny, violence and abuse, so that we could be here today. That's the part to those ancestors. Mundubafo to the ancestors who bones lay in the many seas, the many oceans, the many rivers, the many lakes, the many swamps, the many deserts, the many graves of this world. Honor and venerate them. To those great ancestors who continue to tell the story of our story, we honor and venerate them. And to those who was once with us, not with us no more, that's it. You're in tune to Newburn Forum People's Talk Show live here on GalaxyAfeewit.com. I'm going to play a tune by Michael Gordon. Michael Gordon send me this tune. Michael Gordon send me the tune. See? Mr. Prophet, hold this tune. See? So Michael Gordon, big up yourself every time. And to all our musicians who continue to spurt out music of interest and intellect. Because these tunes are music of intellect. They're not just singing for the sake of singing. They're using that gift that was given to them. The harmonious vocal cords that draws us to them to send a message. And so we honor and venerate them in life. Big up on yourself, all the artists them. The I personally know Michael Gordon and Vivian Jones and Tipper Irie and Asha Senator the string is long. You understand me? Janet Kay, Victor Romeo Evans are people that I kind of know personally. I met them through the profession that I did, and it's a honor. And if I haven't named you, my apologies, but we give thanks. Continue to sing and send the messages, because the songs that you write and you sing now may not touch us now, but in centuries to come, they will be played. So make your mark, and we honor and venerate you. I sentence these wicked people, them who seeking to damage people. People, they have convinced Facebook to take down any messages that is against people taking the vaccine. If they were so sure about this vaccine, they would not be angry, or they would not want to silence people who don't agree with it. What world are we living in now that governments can dictate to people or dictate to organizations, telling them that you mustn't give an alternative view? People don't have to follow what I say. They don't have to believe me. People are free to do their own internal research. People are free to surf the net, find books, read and learn. People are free to listen to other people who are professionals in the field of medicine to give an alternative viewpoint to taking the vaccine. I'm not here to tell people that them should take the vaccine. I would never do that. I'll give you a story. I've never taken a vaccine to go nowhere on the planet. Ever. I'm 58 today. And I've been to a few places. I've been to a couple of places in the Americas. I've been to a few places in the Caribbean. I've been to a few places in Europe. And I've been to a few places on the motherland, Africa. I've never been to Australia and that side there yet. Would love to go, but I've never had the opportunity. And I've never taken a vaccine to go nowhere for nothing. Irrespective of the fact that people say you must take a vaccine to go there, so you must take a vaccine to go yaso. The very first time I went to Africa was May of 1994. It was my first visit to Africa. And I went to Kemet, Egypt. So if someone who don't know what I'm talking about. And then I ended up going there 9 times. I ended up going to Egypt 9 times. And research, because I was reading a lot about it. I wanted to know about it. I wanted to go and see the pyramids. And I went to see the pyramids and the temples, etc. And the land. And people saying you need to take malaria, something and another, and all them something there. Anyway, me never take the malaria. I actually went to the doctor, my doctor, and I asked about the malaria tablet. And I said, what is in the malaria tablet? And the doctor told me straight, malaria. So if me I run from malaria, why may I take it? Me ask the doctor. So it was those small strains of it, so that your immune system can recognize it, box it up. So when the immune system knows, he said that something common enough for dead, the immune system ready for it and just rush it. You understand me? I said, hey, doctor, I don't want to take that. You know what me take? Mariandina. That me take. Mariandina. And in fact, the first time I went to Egypt, I didn't take nothing, no Mariandina, no nothing. I spent 2 weeks in Kemet. Come back, I was fine. Nothing do me. Not a God Almighty thing do me. The next time I went, I took Mariandina. When I went to Ghana, I took Marandina. When I went to Gambia, I took Marandina. When I went to Senegal, I took Marandina. I did not take any of these pharmaceutical medicines. These viruses come about by people tampering with nature in laboratories, cross-pollinating, doing all these kind of Frankenstein business. I'm not a qualified scientist in terms of in medicine, so I'm not qualified to quantify what I'm saying, but I've got intelligence, I've got sense that should be common, and I know something is wrong when I see it. It is entirely up to people. If people feel so them trust the people them and them want to take the vaccine, take it. I personally don't trust them, so I won't be taking it too soon. Even their own second in command of health in this country says it's come too quick, it's rushed out. I know some people that work, they're studying, some young people in their late 20s, couple in their 30s, who's studying medicine, doing a degree in like medicine. And I asked them to affricate me about the creation of vaccines. See? And they told me that from what they've learned over the years, that the earliest, if you rush it, if you really push it, that you can get a vaccine, and it wouldn't be 100%, would be 5 years minimum. 5 years. It says 5 to 10 years, but 5 years the minimum. I said, well, what about if you throw up money? He said, it doesn't matter how much money you put behind it. It's what you've got to do, is the process. And here we are, getting a vaccine from the United States, here in Britain, from a company in the United States, that the United States government itself did not approve it in their own country, where the flipping company is that make the vaccine. So the company that make the vaccine in the country itself not take the vaccine. Britain get it. Oh, Britain get the vaccine before the government of the country where the vaccine make. Tell me, because I want to know. Anybody have any answers? Tell me. How them get the vaccine before the country where the vaccine make? Tell me. I'm telling you, people, I think different than most people. I add things up. Like my brethren Pi Ratio would say, I add things up, I do the maths. Because maths can answer everything. Nothing you want to find out, you can't find out without maths. Remember me tell you. So how them do that? Rush out a vaccine that is 90. No, if there's any medical people who's listening, if you're for the vaccine, please can you ring us up and affricate us about it. If you're not for the vaccine, please can you ring us up and affricate us about it, so that we are aware of all this vaccine thing wrong. Because one thing we know, them say pieces of dead fetus is in there. Them say mercury is in there. This is what them say. We don't know because we're not scientists. We just hear these things go on social media and all things. What we do know that is in there is COVID-19. because you have to have a little bit of that in there to go into your body. My question is, why are they freezing it at such a deep level below zero? I mean, that's the part that's got me. And if Dr. Stevenson was here, I'd have asked him that question. I should have come in earlier to ask him that question. But maybe he could have answered that for me. Maybe somebody out there, oh, excuse my yawning. Maybe somebody's out there who's got that medical profession behind them. Maybe somebody out there can affricate us about it. What is it that's in that vaccine that it has to be stored at something was 60 degrees or 70 degrees below zero? Colder than the Antarctic. That's some serious stuff. What? Tell me. And then you're going to let it loose in your bodies, in people's bodies. People of Britain, you need to wake up. Because even if Boris Johnson comes on the television and you see him take an injection, how do we know it's that vaccine he's taking? Eh? These people full of Hollywood acting. Them full of Hollywood acting, you know. Remember saying, you know, them the place there, you know. A Pinewood Studios there, you know, Britain, you know. At the first Bad Boys movie studio, you know, Pinewood Studio, you know. Before Hollywood went a go on with anything. So them know for make film. We sit down and we watch these films, these movies, they look so real and exciting. With their special effects and all them things. So we know them a take the vaccine. They could be just doing that to confuse us. And I'm going back, I'm going back to last year. That conference they had about population control. I know that I've said it many times. I know that I'm repeating myself. But sometimes you got to be repetitive for people to really get what you're trying to say. They wanted population control. William of Windsor, he made comments about it. Bill Gates, this Fauci man, and all the rest of them who was at that conference talking about population control. The world is overpopulated. We need to keep the population down and all the rest of it. And here comes COVID-19, as me call it. That has the potential to kill off a lot of people. So why do you want to stop it? You know, so you want population control. I know that you say. You know, so you want population control. Well, say COVID-19 there. Why not just make COVID-19 just run the rules and just kill out enough people because it was second, won't it? And then you'll have your population control. Or is it that is your population you're worried about in infecting and killing you? Or do you want to make sure you direct it to the population you want to control? You have to study news. You know, I hear some people say they don't watch the news, they don't listen to their news because, you know, rated. I listen to all news. Everything. Because somewhere along the line they slip up. And me want to know where them I say, when them I say, how them I say, so me can counteract them. You understand what I say? So, people, big up Christine and Verona and them people there. Every time, what are juice? My mother's what are juice. And this is a very serious thing, people. I mean, I don't know how serious people. Well, I'm wifey. What you say? Pick up yourself, Khadija. My wife there, so hold on there. Rise up yourself every time. I don't know how you just come on so late. How you deal with? I don't know for Uno. But why would they want to stop or force Facebook, Instagram, and all the other social medias to take down anything that's anti people taking the vaccine? I mean, what world are we living in? And these are the people them that vilify Hitler. But them worse than Hitler, them are do exactly what Hitler was doing. Because make no beans about it, nobody not going to be able to travel if you don't take that vaccine. And that them are going to tell, if you don't take the vaccine, you can't travel. It's another way to control people. So you won't be able to travel. Hell, you won't be able to leave your city to reggae if you don't have that vaccine. Big up yourself, Rona. May I tell you, you will not be able to travel if you don't take it. That's the next thing that's coming. Because there's some countries, you can't go to them country there, if you not take certain injection for yellow fever and all them something there. You can't go to them country there. So now them are going to tell you, say, you can't come to the United States if you don't take the vaccine. And I don't trust them. Yeah, the vaccine might not kill you straight away. It might kill some people straight away. But I can tell you, within 10 years, most people take the vaccine and dead or something. Now, I have a reason as an African to be skeptical about these people. Big up yourself, Carl. I have a reason for that. Because may I tell you, all we have to do as Africans is see how these people have angled us over the last 1,000 years. They're not to be trusted. Their governments are not to be. Watch how them treat them own people. They are not to be trusted with our health, at least. We see with them Tuskegee experiments and what they've done with in present day in the 90s, where them infect a whole load of children. The same company that make this vaccine that Britain has approved, the same company infect all the children down in Nigeria and kill them off and all them something there. This same company, if something go wrong and you take this thing, you can't sue them. Because the government signed something that them is unsuable. So why would you want to take something from somebody who, if your vaccine is that good, why are you worried about being sued for then? You tell me. Am I going mad or something wrong with me then? If somebody can't vote for with them a give, if them try to protect themselves from being sued, if anything happen, why you take it? Why the government force it pan way? Eh? Big up yourself, Empress Nai. You tell me. And then them tell social, the only outlet that we have to say what we want to say about something. They want to shut it down. They want the company to stop what we're saying and take down their posts. They're devils. You understand what I'm saying to you? Them a devil. Them wicked. Some wicked, dirty people, them. The same company. Go do the research. Can't remember them name again. Retaining the names of these things these days is a bit difficult. But the same company that Britain has accepted this vaccine from, that only has a 95% success rate, supposedly, that has been frozen in temperatures way below zero. This same company was being sued by the health secretary of Nigeria for injecting black children in Nigeria. They was trying to bribe him. They was trying to find something on him. They asked, who was it them to check? To try and find some dirt on him so them could bribe him so that he wouldn't try to sue them. They've signed. Did you know you cannot sue a pharmaceutical company now? You understand? So we have to organize ourselves, Africans. Yeah? We have to organize ourselves, because this is not no joke. We are going to be trapped in whatever location we find ourselves in if we don't take this vaccine. Because they're going to tell you, if you don't take the vaccine, you cannot travel. See, they've done the tests already. They test you before you fly to see if you got it. Now, I don't know nobody that's taken the test and was to fly and got it, and they say, well, you can't fly. But I know my brother-in-law, I'm in Jamaica right now. Him take the test, him was alright. Then him reach Jamaica, him have to take one another test, and then him have to isolate for 2 weeks. So even though him take the test, yes so, and him not have it, and him take the test when him land there so, and him not have it, him still have to isolate. This is madness. And the people of the world is just taking it right up the derriere. And nobody now do nothing. And all the governments, they're at it. I said it before, and we're all getting shafted. Critical times that a government or governments want to tell a social media platform. Now we're not going around spurting out killing people. We're not telling people to go and strap bombs to themselves and blow the place up and murder and kill. You don't hear us spurting out that kind of information. We're just giving an alternative view to the views that you hear every day on their radios and their television thing, because they don't give us that position. They will not allow us to express ourselves and ask the poignant questions. And how do we know if they're going to take it? Why don't all the people them in the houses of parliament, all the MPs who voted for it, why don't they go take it and give you the family it? And make us sit down and watch and see what go on. Eh? No, we don't want to come get it. The ordinary man and woman I walk up and down, I got them look at work. People who just trying to exist, because that's all we're doing these days, is just existing. Nobody now survive, is existence. That's all we are doing. What is it about these ruling elites that are so obsessed with controlling the masses? What is it? Tell me. Anybody. Tell me. What is it? What is this obsession them have with controlling the masses of people? Controlling where we travel, who we speak to, about what we speak, where we eat, where we congregate, where we go in, how much time we spend there. You see, first I started it with terrorism. And everything was because of terrorism. Remember? Everything was because of terrorism. So every new legislation that they brought into play, they used terrorism as an excuse. I remember when the IRA was bombing Britain to smithereens, and they blocked off London Bridge, and it was to search cars that would be possibly trying to go into the city to blow up, because the IRA to blow up a bomb in the city. And you know, the most people them they stopped was black people, because we used to go to the raves. We used to go to Edmonton, to Palm Tree, or we got Acne to Oasis, or All Nation, or we just go to a rave that side of the waters, and they're always stopping black people. Let me stop me once. I drive my daddy car. Stop me and ask me where me coming from. I say, hold on a minute. Me look Irish to you? Eh? Me look like me carrying a bomb? You stop me to ask me where me coming from? That's none of your business where me coming from. So they come again. You understand what I'm saying? No, I don't know how many people is gonna watch this. What I'm saying, I don't even know if Facebook is gonna leave up. They might tear it down. Who knows? But the question that we must be asking ourselves, citizens of the world, what is the obsession about them wanting to vaccinate people and control the masses? You tell me. Because your body is the best protector of itself when it comes to alien forces entering it. You don't hear them spending all this time on the news, getting health people in and telling people, listen, eat healthy and build up your immune system. These are the foods and the nutrients you need to take to build up your immune system, for your immune system to protect you. What I do know about vaccines and viruses is that when they give you a vaccine, they give you little traits of whatever it is they want you to protect yourself against. Your immune system, your white blood cells, see, hey, so some boy down there, girl down there, they rush that because box it up and things like this. If it was, and then them send back to the brain and say, listen, the brain say, anyhow you say any more them boy they come here, you know, and them the boy you have to deal with. That's how the vaccines work. But what it is, the key thing, it's your own immune system that protects it. It's not the vaccine that deals with it. It's just like when you broke your foot. It's not the physician that heals your foot. What the physician does is put your foot back in the right space, put a plaster on it, it sits there for 6 weeks, and the body repairs itself. I know that much. You understand what I'm saying? So what they should be taking all this time on, instead of putting on them stupid Jamie Oliver and them the other idiot there in America, where him call himself, I can't remember, them food boy about the name these all different food, is what types of food you should eat that will help you to boost your immune system. That's what Professor Dr. Sally told us. Yeah? Professor Charles Sally told us the body is the best protector of itself. He Africated us about that. And my mama and my papa. You think when you're sick and you have a fever and then the herbalist gives you some herbs, all the herbs does is assist the body to heal itself. But you don't hear none of them talking that. You don't hear none of the doctor them on the television, Good Morning Britain, or Breakfast Britain, or CNN, Sky, and all these other things them. on the radio, and you don't hear nobody saying that. That people of the world get serious about building up your immune system. No, they want to come and give you a vaccine from pharmaceutical companies that charges an arm and a leg. And so the poor people them that pay their national insurance now is our national insurance money now from the NHS now is going to take to go and buy a vaccine that's probably going to kill half of us. Because every vaccine, every tablet that a pharmaceutical company produces has side effects. There ain't none that don't. Even make you drowsy, might make you feel like you want to vomit, or anything like that. Now that's not me making it up. If the vaccine and the tablets that they gave us were so good, so great, the best thing since hard-o bread. Yes, I said it, hard-o bread. Because hard-o bread better than sliced bread. Me prefer my hard-o bread. See? If it was so good, why have they got these little pamphlets in there that you have to read? Read the pamphlet first before you take the tablet. Or read the pamphlet first before you take the medication. See? When you not check things out. I'm telling you, I have some sense that it's supposed to be common. But it ain't. I listen to some of these idiots on the radio ringing up. Oh well, they need to take it because it's not fair on everyone else. You mean everyone else? You don't even know how the Ras COVID-19 get up in a Newcastle up and flipping time. Tell me how it get there. They travel? Eh? Tell me how it get all the way up in Scotland and in the Highlands. And all them places there. You tell me how it get there. How it get there. And it start at Wuhan, China. That's where they documented it. That's the information we got. That's where it come from. So tell me how it reached there. How it reached all the way down in Australia, the other side of the flipping world. Eh? Nobody ain't talking about that. Eh? Tell me how it reached there. Listen, look. I don't know about you people. Facebook, I don't know about you. You owners of Facebook, I don't know about you. But the question I'm asking is that in the heat, in the height, at the pinnacle of this COVID-19, they kill a man they call George Floyd in the United States of America. And the world went mad. There was demonstrations everywhere. And we're not talking dozens, we're talking hundreds to thousands of people. Not wearing masks, shouting this and that. How comes the virus never went rampant then? Should have killed out a few mil, innit? How comes it never go rampant then? It's only after. You understand what I'm saying? Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should not be saying any of these things. I should just sit down, follow the government, believe in their talks and etc. Listen to them carefully, accept their explanations, and life will be fine. But the inner self of me, my inner being, my spirit, rejects it. No kusonungo bomwe. Mama no chuolo. My spirit is, it's where I'm gonna feel them. That me I say. You understand me? So I'm showing the people I'm only here venting my perception of what I see. Something don't feel right. People, it's almost as if us as human beings, earthlings, has forgotten the ability of the inner self. The inner being that you cannot see but you can feel. Let me repeat that. The inner being, the inner self that you cannot see but you can feel. Because we look at the outer self. The physical being, this, me and them something there. You can see this. But the inner me, you cannot see. You have to feel that. And you know, sometimes you go in a place, like you're going to a house, or you go into a building, or you even you went to a dance or a fun, and you said, something don't, well, I don't feel right, you know. Nah, man, I'm not feeling this. And even maybe one of the persons that you would say, yeah, you know, it's true, I'm feeling it. Huh? And then they'll lead that one there. Nah, it's all right. Look, come and stay. And then boof, something kicks off. How many times have that happened to you? Because your inner being, your true self, your inner self knows the truth. They can feel it. So I don't like that girl there, you know. I don't like that. Something about that smart them I don't check for. And that's with anybody from any group. And then there's some people that you've never met them in your life. You meet them for the first time. It's like you've known them all your life. You just click like that. Big up Christine, it's true. Intuition. But me not call it for them word. Me I call it the inner self. The inner being that resides in us, that we subdue. We need to rise it up. Especially in this time of tyrannical governments. Governments that want to hold the people down and hold them to ransom. You understand? So I don't trust no government. As sure as I don't trust no white government. Yeah? I don't trust them. Now people might say that's a racist statement. No, it ain't. That's a sensible statement for somebody who's the descendant of the people them that was kidnapped by those very governments. Remember when they kidnapped our people from Africa, took them hostage, kept them in captivity, was the same government. These government here. And they paid the perpetrators money for compensation. These are documentations of their own documentation. I know we write it. Are them write it? Because they never ever thought that I would be on radio one day. They never ever thought that all the other brothers and sisters that disseminate information would be on radio one day. They just thought, yeah, child, who gives a monkeys about them? Let's pay our brothers and sisters who's going to lose their property. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you inner, around, circumference, radius, hectagon, triangle, parallelogram what I'm saying? It was legal at the time. Tony Blair said that. That's why they couldn't apologize for our enslavement at the Durban conference. Because they said it was legal. You imagine that? Listen, do we really know what happened to us? Listen, let me tell you something from now. What happened to our ancestors in captivity? The story has never been told. No, I tell a lie. The story has been told by our historians, our documenters, but not theirs. They hide it. Because they used to record what they did, You know, they're the little explorers that go around to the different places and they would see and they would write about what they saw. Because to write about what they saw at that time was normal. Because it lasted for so long. It lasted 5 centuries. The abuse, the rape. They raped babies. The people them that occupy Australia now, the Europeans, the descendants of the people them from Britain, the criminals, and I'm not blaming just the criminals and the poor white people them that they kidnapped from here and took to Australia, but the aristocracies that was put in charge of them. They would take young indigenous people of Australia. This is documented by their own documenters, you know. They would get the babies and they would bury the babies in the dirt up to their heads. And then they would bet how far they could kick the head off. That's where their football comes from. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they would do. They did it anywhere they went. You want me to trust them, you bastard, yeah? You mad? Only an idiot with a H would trust them. Now they sit in their governments after they've ripped the world off. After they've massacred all the people and subdued us. And they sit in their governments and they play like they're all civilized. Telling people that they can't come into countries that they stole. They stole the country from the people and telling you can't come there. And want to come call you alien. You understand what I'm saying? These are not easy things for me to say. They had farms. Sex. Kin farms. Sorry about my language. They had sex plantations where they could go meet out all of their sordid, seeded fantasies on our people. And they were doing it to their own before they did it to us. They were doing it to poor white people. This is why you see they want to subdue the North. Because the white people them that live in the southern regions of Britain are alien. They don't belong in. They're Germanic people. They come from the Angles and the Juts and the Saxons. The people them further north of Britain are the original white people of Britain. So they subdued them because they could never control them. Then why? So they know that if they could subdue them, the South is easy. Because the South is a bunch of pussies. That's it, I said it. Sometimes you just got to get down raw and just get it straight to the point. I'm not to know big word. I want you to understand what I'm saying. This is not just about a vaccine. It's much more than that. And all of these punks that's on the radio telling people that people are conspiracy. There's no I don't have to come with no conspiracy theories. I can take things out of history and show you what you did to us. It's not a conspiracy. That's a goddamn fact. You want me to trust you? In your laboratories? Doing all kinds of things? Eh? Where do they get the synthetics to create these medicines? Isn't it the plants in the Congo? And the Amazon rainforest? Where they take out what is the medicinal purposes of the plant and then regurgitate and manufacture it? Don't they know that the other substances that's in the plant is there to balance it out? It's mahat, it's called balance. Nature is the best healer of our kind. Not you, Frankenstein. You know, so they make film Frankenstein and all them, because they're corruptors. They just want to, they corrupt everything. Everything they touch them corrupt. To be normal, to be just a human, an earthling, it's not good enough for them. You've seen them in the wild. You see what they do. They take a tiger, they take a lion, and they crossbreed them to bring something else. This is what they do. Ordinarily, don't you think nature met the lion is in Africa and met the tiger in Asia? Them now no reason for meet each other and even fight. But they will put them in a cage for the lion and the tiger to fight. Because they feed of violence. Their best movies are violence. The West, the Europeans in the West, especially the United States, Britain, France, they're part of what they're part of the what do you call it, the Security Council. Who are they securing? Who's this? How is it? It's only Britain, France, Russia, United States, China, yeah, and China. Those five, they are what they call the Security Council. Who are you securing? Because you see, it's simple. They will only talk to you if they know you have the ability to defend yourself against them properly. If you control a nuclear bomb on them, then them come talk to you. You think they really like the Chinese? They don't like the Chinese. They hate the Chinese for years. They look down on the Chinese for years, just like they look down on us. But the Chinese outsmart them. You think they talk to the Chinese? They talk to the Chinese because they have to. Because the Chinese has got the ability to fling fire upon them. You know the Chinese got a nuclear bomb pointed on every European major city in this world. Did you know that? And vice versa and all the rest of it. So that's why they talk. That's why they call it a nuclear deterrent. You understand what I'm saying? So don't come and tell me about them that I'm wrong to say that I don't want to take their vaccine, and I'm wrong to tell people you better mind taking their vaccine. Don't you know sometimes when you have a sickness and they want to get antibiotics, one of the first things the doctor asks you, are you allergic to antibiotics? No. Are you allergic to penicillin? That's what they ask you. Because people are allergic to penicillin just like people are allergic to nuts. Like people are allergic to apple and pineapple because it never, doing their chow and things like that. People are allergic to all sorts of things. You understand what I'm saying? So how do we know that people ain't even going to be allergic to this vaccine they're going to get them? How do they know that these little strains of the COVID won't kill the people them? Because some people, resistance level are lower than others. And even their own ministers are saying, listen, 55 Conservative MPs voted against the government the other day with these lockdown measures and all these kind of things. 55 of them. They got I think 83 MPs, more than everybody else, so they can push through anything. You know why they won the vote? Because Labour and the Lib Dems and them people abstained from voting. So they didn't even vote. That's your Keir Starmer. He's that, mate. He's all of that. He's a Bartley banker. Yeah? So they know that if they abstain, whatever it is Boris Johnson's going to push through will go through. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're thinking about getting into power. They're not thinking about the benefits of the people. 55 Conservative MPs. That's a lot, for Conservative MPs that did not agree with what the government was doing. But the supposed opposition that's supposed to be thinking about the people didn't help. This is your government for you. And remember, we're on an island. So we're not on mainland Europe where we can probably do a Jim Screechy and up another country. We're on an island. We can't move. So we're trapped. You understand? We're trapped. So what are we going to do? How are we going to organize? Because this is the time, Africans, for us to organize. And I'm showing you now. You see my t-shirt? See here? See my t-shirt here? African Coalition Council. Be a part of it. Get off your ears and your graces about, who's doing what and who's leading. Get off of that. Get off it, because listen, this is the time as black people, whether we're Eritrean, Somalian, Nigerian, Ghanaian, Jamaican, Antiguan, Barbadian, Carrico, Grenada, St. Kitts, St. Vincent, whether we're Banya or we're not Banya or we're Senfa. This is the time for us to culminate and galvanize our strengths. We have to find a way to work together, irrespective of our religious beliefs, our spiritual practices, what kind of business we do, etc. It's not about that. This is bigger than that. We have to stand firm so that our children them and our descendants will say, at least our ancestors fought. They never bow. Because a whole pa bow in a guan. There's a whole pa bow in a guan. Big up yourself, Michael. Caroline, big up yourself. Wifey, you still a watch. Stand by. Because you got to have a woman in your corner, men, who's as fiery as you. If your woman ain't dealing with what you're dealing with, run her! No, let me hold myself. Try to Africate her first. You understand? A years it took me for Africate her one day. She probably did a laugh. And it ain't been rosy. And surround yourself with people who has a mind that's not controlled by all the things that they see. Because we're in a war and we've got a lot of battles to fight. 6,000 years we fight them people, We civilize them, draw them out of the cave and tell them to go wash themselves, cut them dirty here and cut off them long nail there with them have a cut up people like them an animal. Stop nyam the raw meat and cook it. See? No, it's a Jamie Oliver and my boy. Where the boy name? Somebody tell me, what the boy name? Ramsey. That's the name. Garden Ramsey. No, them a come tell people about cook. What them know about cook? All them do gather people place and thief people a recipe and come back and make bag of money. Them a come tell we about cook. What them know about cook? Them still nyam meat raw. Them have them beef medium rare. Blood a flow through it like vampire. Eh? And all them something there. Eh? Who are them raw meat? After me no animal. Me no tiger, me no part of them canine and all them something they can yam raw and them something there. But they are. They love it. You know? I used to work in a restaurant. Many I used to porter in. One of them big expensive restaurant down at what the place they call it again? Michelin. A South Kensington. And me are talking at the 80s. In the early 80s. Me are talking, I look a boy about 80, about 82, 83 them time there. I do kitchen porter and come want a look of money. Veal. I see them cook them veal. A horrible look of something. Raw, you know. The meat raw. And them the day it was about like them the day they, for a group of people could be like £300 for food. And we sit down and quail and all them because something there. Nothing them cook thorough. Nothing. Everything them want raw. Blood a run through it. So I'm not talking about nothing that I ain't never seen. I've seen a lot of things. Sometimes I can't believe it. May I tell you? You're in tune to the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show, live on GalaxyAfiwe.com. This show is sponsored by African Development Enterprise, ADE Photographic Pictorial Services, 48 Riley and Peckham, Southeast 15, 5 Bravo Yankee. Them just opened back yesterday. If you want your things print, see this? If you want all them printing there, check them out. Your hats, anything you want on t-shirt, cup. If you want to design a flyer, if you want to design a banner, because see them people there are people that support black organizations. Delani, every time sharp, big up on yourself every time. Tika, can't forget you. Check them out because they need your support. Business cards. If you want us to come and do your wedding, your divorce, your naming ceremony, anything like that, you want to document it with video or photographs, check them out. ADE Photographic Services. Big up yourself, Altia. So, you know, me dep on the Facebook. If people are listening via radio, we dep on the Facebook. And I know that people's been having problems listening to Galaxy. We officially know that we have had a cyber attack. Yeah, we don't know who it come from. It could be the authorities blocking our signal. So when we used to come on tune in radio, now when you log into Galaxy, a Viagra advert you get. That's how seedy they are. Everything has to be around that, innit? Everybody loves sex, but why everything them do has to be sexual? They must sell your car, is a woman, do all kind of something there, or some man with big chest and all them something. Everything's got to have a sexual connotation, because they're perverts. Yeah? And them pervert our people. We know what's going on. There's news in our community about individuals who's been preying on our people, but we don't know how true it is yet. But the truth will be revealed. You understand me, I say? But we must never make the real perpetrators get away with it. What they were doing with us on those plantations. You imagine doing people like that for hundreds of years. No comebacks. So you think when Denmark Vesey and Nat Turner did that rebellion in the south, when Nat Turner rise up and start murder everybody in the plantation. Go and read the story of Nat Turner. Nat Turner said, to his man, he said, listen, you see when we start kill them, kill every one of them. Kill the old one them, kill the young one them, kill the baby them, kill the cripple, kill all of them. Because that's what they did to us. And they went to one plantation. And them level the plantation and thing, and when them walking away, and the man them a come, him said to them, one of them man them say, you kill off all them boy there? Everybody in the dead? The man them say, yes. And as them walking away, them hear a baby cry. And that turn and look upon the brother, You know him though? And go back. And the baby never cry no more. But they don't want us to tell them stories. Because they want you to think that they free you. They never free us. Ask your ancestor Bookman Doti, who started the rebellion, the rise up in 1791, August the 14th, when him do the prayer, August the 20th, was it the 23rd, when them roll up on the French them and bust up French boy them. That's why it isn't the problem it is today, because their cousins, Europe, got together and supported France. I love France. So Napoleon, you got bust up by the Africans and put a levy on 80 that today 80 is still paying for. So don't come and tell me to take their vaccine. Don't come and tell me to take their vaccine. We know our AIDS got in Africa through their vaccination program. They went down to Africa with, and all the Africans in Brazil. Are we dumb? Have we forgotten? All time people say, "When you're too damn quick to forget." You understand? Them of us saying, you can forgive, but you must never forget. I don't know if I've forgiven yet. Because I watch how they deal with people. They don't like the people in Liverpool. They don't... Listen, English people are the most racist white people on the planet. And any of their descendants is as racist as them. The English. The English don't even like other white people. They don't like the Scots. They don't like the Irish. They don't like the Welsh. And they don't like the people from Yorkshire. I'm telling you. They think they're better than everybody else. That's what them call them. See, the big something there with the minister some years ago, where them call the people, the police boy, plague. You little plague. How dare you speak to me, a minister? You plague? How dare you? Yeah. I think him did have to resign. So all them little police them, who's running up and down and run up there, because see the police them, a lot of these police people them, who's in the police force, they're little bullies. They like to... You watch them, even with the demonstration, the peaceful demonstration them. The white people them block off the place and them a demonstrate. Some flower power business and love. And they're beating them. So if they can beat their own people like that, they ain't going to think twice to beat me. They're doing it to their own. You understand what I'm saying? So if them can do that to them, who are we? Who are we if them can do that to them own people? This is a serious thing. And we need to take a position on it, not as individuals, but as a collective. Because believe it, the Jews, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Indians, they're all going to take a position as a group. They've got their organizations. They've got their representatives. Not the little seller Pretty Patel them. They don't represent the Indians. I can tell you that for nothing. Yeah? The Mayor of London. What's name again? Khan. He don't represent the Indians. Yeah, a few of them might say, yeah, because he's a mayor and thing. But they got their own structure. And they always be sitting down with their elders, their council of elders, and they will be taking a position as a community. What are we doing as a community, African people? Yeah? What are we doing as a community? How are we going to show our young people? How are we organizing? Are we still hop and I want to be this, and I'm not following that person because of this, and I'm not joining that because of that? You can't even get 100,000 signatures for reparations. Not even that on a candle. You're so scared to even sign the paper. You're waiting for it to come knock on your door. Because that's what happens, isn't it? It's only when it knocks on your door, it becomes important. And that's because you've lost your African self to know that every children is yours. That's where the concept, the Ubuntu concept, comes from. It takes a village to raise a child. What have we become? Really, what have we become? So weak. So afraid. You're all walking around with masks and all them things there. Beautiful. The sun a shine. You not wear mask. The rain a fall. You not wear mask. The air fresh in the ear. You not damn idiot. You have to breathe fresh air in your lungs. When you have a respiratory problem, they don't take you in the hospital and put a mask over your face. They take you in the hospital and put oxygen over your damn ass. Only so damn fool. They're just playing you like a... You know what they're doing? They're playing you like a game of chess. You're just pawns. Now, I'm not saying that if you're on a bus, pull up your mask for a little short ride because I'm saying, you feel me? Get it? You understand me? My name, no, I didn't even give out the number. Well, why would this call me? Oh, Tep Cooler, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on. Go on, hold that. Oh, Tep. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on there, hold on. Me have you now. Go on.
What's the problem, Kwaku? I can hear you loud and clear. What's the problem?
Eh?
You're shouting. What's up?
Well, you never listen to me?
Yeah, because I was listening to you. I heard you. You know? Yeah. So what is it? What say you, Kwaku?
What say me?
Yeah. You tell me, I'm just greeting.
Wait, what the time now? The time now is 20. Well, I didn't even realize I was talking for so long. I must have been talking for over an hour.
Yeah, well, it's time, The time is going. Time waits for nobody.
Listen, Ade. We are small captions of time moving through eternity. We don't have much time here. We can't play with them, Ade. Killer Shelley.
Yeah, true. You see, the time, as you say, Kwaku, we have to make the best use of the little time we each of us have got in this world. We have to try and make the best of it, especially to our community, the black community, the African community, especially the older generation. in order to empower the younger generation who are popular uprising, who are galvanizing uprising, which is I'm glad to see, the little time that we've got, and including them as well. So we have to try and encourage them, so they don't necessarily make the same mistake. The last generation, the generation before that precede them, and the generation that precede them after them, So we just have to make life better for ourselves,
Well, I don't think we have to make life better for ourselves. I think our parents that came before us made life better for us than themselves. And it's our duty to make life better for our children then and our descendants than ourselves.
Yes.
You understand what I say?
Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah, because maybe when my parents was growing up, they never have this opportunity to voice what them really feel. They to subdue it. Death and murder and all kind of things could happen to them. So they paved the way so that we can do this. So it's our duty now to pave the way so that our children can do better. And we must tell our children our stories. Don't hide it from them. Make them know about the wicked and what we have been through and what we are going through. I was listening to and this is totally going somewhere else, but that happens with me when I'm on a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was listening to one of the presenters' show today. Him is the one that did the what's his name again? Him is the one that did the meditation hour, and he had a brother on there today, and the brother was talking about Mahat and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Yes.
And that we need to embrace, the 42 Confessions of Annie. From the book of the Coming Forth by Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Pret Hem Heru. And I agree with a lot of what he said, but I disagree with something. And one of the things I disagreed with was that you cannot use the concept of Ma'at with the people who don't respect it.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying to you? You have to adapt the Ma'at principles in the terrain that we find ourselves. Yeah?
Yes.
And so, when I came here tonight, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I knew that I was listening to the news. And I was hearing, the thing that disturbed me the most was that they've convinced Facebook and other social media platforms to take down anything that relates to people has an antiphobia towards the vaccine.
Yes.
That is not what they call democracy. That's what you call dictatorship. I'm telling you, you should take it, even though you don't want to take it. And what they use the thing that, you're making it bad for everybody else. Right? You tell us to wear masks. People are wearing masks. You tell us we must wash our hands for 28 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. So you got people washing. You got detergent, gel them in all the shops. You tell us to keep X amount of distance away. See? Yet you still think you need to give us a vaccine. Why you need to give us a vaccine for something that you only need to wash your hand for 28 flipping seconds?
Did that? Brother, everything that is right.
Don't make sense, man.
Of course it doesn't. And quickly on that, look at Bradford. It's full of Indians and Pakis. Bradford and Yorkshire. All of them are refusing to send their children to school. They are loggerhead with the local authorities there. Loggerhead. They say that because they're going to vaccinate their children. So it's turning into something different, So this vaccine, when they do produce it, how did they know people are not going to suffer side effects? Do they know? I mean, there was an incident sometime in Northwood Park Hospital in Arrow. You know, people went for tests. They went for tests, Brother Kwaku, and then the head swell up, everything swell up. You know.
But what they're saying, you know, listen to this. Even if, listen to this, even if you take a test and it shows you don't have it, they still want to give you a vaccine. So why you want to give people a vaccine if those people don't have it? That means their immune system is working correctly, ain't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So why you want to give them? Give it to the people them who have it.
Of course.
Who's in need of it? If it works. If you got all these people them that's dying in the hospital, all these things that they're telling us, that people in the, remember, you know, nobody ain't dead of nothing else from March since COVID-19 come. Nobody not dead of cancer, nobody not dead of heart attack, nobody not dead of high blood pressure, murmur, and nobody not dead of nothing else.
Of course.
All them dead of is COVID.
Of course.
Yeah? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and some of the important people, and they wouldn't list, they wouldn't list it when they write their obituary or whatever the white man called it, or the profile, what they done, and they just said that I was born this year and died this year. But as you say, it's cold. That's what killed them. You know. You know, and they don't even list it. Don't even list it. As regarding they're trying to pinpoint out the BMA, they're trying to include. Let's don't forget about BMA or whatever they call. We're blacks, we're African. They're trying to, target us and say it affects us. It doesn't affect us because we fall into where the contamination is.
That's right. But hear the joke now. Ade. I don't know how long you've been listening to me running up my mouth, because I just run up my mouth today. Yeah, me can talk right to my show head. Me don't need nobody for call and talk to me, because the way me feel, me just want to talk. But hear the joke now. Them a tell we say, we must not speak against taking the vaccine. You imagine that? They're forcing an independent structure that was set up so that people could voice their own concerns. People do a whole load of stuff on Facebook. I don't hear them talking about telling the people them to chow them down. People do all kind of madness on there. I don't see them telling them to, people kill people, there's violence, all kinds of things. You don't hear them telling them to stop that. But they're telling people to stop people who's speaking against taking the vaccine. You understand what I'm saying? So that means you might as well go and tell the Jews and the Arabs and the Rasta man them and all of us who don't eat pork, we have to eat pork. It's like telling us we have to eat pork. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do.
Is that telling us you must eat pork good for you, and we know say it no good?
Yeah. But the whole thing is a joke. I mean, even common flu that they get in Wazungulan in London, after they can't find the cure for it. That is something that leaves your system at its own time.
But hear the joke. Them say that this virus is the worst thing that's happened to mankind or kind of man in the last 100 years, yeah? But all of a sudden they found a vaccine for it. Within a year. And cancer, which people have been pouring money in for the last 4 to 5 decades, them can't find cure for. The common cold, they cannot find a cure for. Flu, they cannot find a cure for. But they found a cure for COVID-19, which is supposed to be the worst of the lot. This is what I'm trying to explain to people. I got something that is not so common. In my head, I question things. Yeah? They trip upon themselves all the times, but people just listen to the rhetoric.
Of course.
You know?
Yes.
300 people dead today. 400. Them have war and people not dead like that. You understand? My missus was telling me the other night, so she sit down and watch one program there. There was a documentary that was on about the COVID-19 and the people them that died in the hospital and all the rest of it. Listen to me. Let me make this public. I'm not going again. I'm not being facetious about anybody who's lost a loved one. You understand what I'm saying to you? But please, we're in the country that had Pinewood Studios. Yeah?
Yeah.
And they cousin them Hollywood. Then you have Bollywood and you have Nollywood. The whole of them in the woods. And when you go into the woods, you can get lost.
Oh.
You understand what I said to you? They can make films to look real. I don't believe them. I know personal people, you know, who's been in the hospital, had a fever, a temperature. They put that respiratory on them, and within a few days they were dead. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah. You see, Brother Kwaku, I'm like you. I've been aware. Every time something is put in front of me, I examine the finer details. You have to be observant.
I not trust them a rock stone Nelly Kim. I not trust them. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't trust them one reggae. Oh, him and me tell you. Nobody can make me trust them. You understand me? Oh.
Yeah. You know?
Remember me tell you.
You know? I mean, because these people, they move an inch, you know? You have to try and keep up with them. If they move a yard, you move a yard with them. You know? I mean, you're absolutely correct. You have to examine it. You know, this is what a lot of black people, we need more black people like you and me and many others who are observant. Who knows this stuff
listen,
is going on.
Brother Ade, sorry for cutting you, yeah?
Yeah.
But I've been watching a lot of videos over the last few weeks. A lot of people who, like doctors, scientists, white people as well, who are speaking out against. These are qualified people that's taken the Hippocratical oath with them. Did you know that doctors and nurses has been sacked out of hospitals because they refuse to go along with the story? And they come and they talk their truth. This is why you see they want to lock up the guy from WikiLeaks. Yeah? Because all of this information was in the things they were revealing. They were all at it. All of them. None of them is to be trusted. But the question that we have to ask ourselves, of citizens of this planet, what is their objective? About wanting to control everybody, about wanting to prevent people from travel. What's that all about?
And the grandmother and the children have to see the grandmother through the...
Can't see them grandparents and all these. Some people live to see their grandchildren, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? But nobody ain't telling Elizabeth that she can't see hers.
No.
Anybody tell Elizabeth she can't see Sophia one them? Eh? So, you know, we really have to start asking pertinent questions. And don't be afraid to ask them. Because that's why we're here. I'm not here to regurgitate some of the stuff I hear and the patron. You know, one of them women there who come from LBC, she come on after James O'Brien.
No,
Is it Sheila Fergati?
Yeah, I think that's her. Yeah. Yeah.
She's very patronizing.
Of course.
When you listen to her talk. You know? I talk about, she I go take the vaccination. Me want to see you take it. You know what? Me want to see come out of the ice. It's the below 70-degree ice. And me want to see it go in your blouse and skirt. Yeah? And see you survive it.
It's all about, it's just money making. It's just money making. I mean, all of a sudden, as you say, 10 companies, the Russians say they've got something, the Americans say they've got something, the Oxford vaccination here.
All right, let me ask you a question. Right, I'm going to ask everybody this question. The people on Facebook, the people who's listening via the net, and you, my brother. Do you drive a car, or do you know anybody that drives a car?
Yes, I drive a car.
Right. Would you buy insurance for your car if the company said to you, if you have an accident, I'm not going to pay for it?
No, definitely not.
Right. So why would somebody want to take a vaccine from a company that has made sure that they cannot get sued if there's a reaction to the vaccine they give you? Because if your vaccine was that flipping good, right, you wouldn't do that. So obviously, you know something we don't know.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah? So stick that in your feather, whoever you are, mate.
You see, everything you said there, my brother, I mean, it just quickly knock it on the head. I mean, everything that's it. I mean, everybody's trying to claim credit. You know, the president of the United States, I'm the one who would with the vaccination, I'm the would, you know, all these things, you know, they just, everybody's trying to claim credit, and they're earning this stuff, you know, they're buying it from the poorer country. You see, you're right, it's all conspiracy.
No, but it's a conspiracy. They are the conspiracy theorists, them. They are the ones that's wreaking havoc on everybody else. How was it that, big up my cousin Lisa, big up yourself. How was it, pardon me, live radio. How was it seen that the treatment, the herbal treatment that they discovered in Madagascar, why is it the West don't want none to do it? Why does the West think that they got some monopoly on finding cures? Your way don't work, friend. You came, remember, you know, you came to Kemet to learn from us. Yeah, we never come to learn from you. You came to us, you the Greeks. The first Europeans to learn to write were the Greeks.
Of course.
And you came to us, the Kemetians. Let's talk the thing, man. That was after the Persians and the Ixaces.
You know, and any time when the person is diseased, in terms of embalming the body and preserving it, they learn, as you say, it's Kemet where they learn the embalming of a diseased body.
Listen, man, we were doing open heart surgeries. In fact, I tell you what, we were even doing brain surgery.
Okay.
Up until the 1800s. We were doing cesarean section on our women, and our women them were awake and had 100% success rate, mother and baby. That's where you learn it. The doctor that left Scotland,
yeah,
and went to Africa to learn that. Yeah. So we never learn nothing from Uno. We don't need your SH1T. Yeah? People, all you have to do, have a regular washout. I do one. Yeah? Because I am too much food. So I do a regular washout. I do a washout soon. But have your regular washout, clean out your system, flush your system. Yeah, drink your the first drink you should have in the morning is either water or you have a herb drink before you put anything else in your body.
Yeah.
You have a herb drink or you have water, and give it about half an hour before you have anything else. Clean out your system. You understand? And breathe in oxygen.
Well said, brother Kwaku.
Simple.
Said.
Because all the vaccine they give you ain't going to do you Jack Daniels if you can't breathe. So if you don't breathe oxygen, you're effed, mate. You understand?
Yes, well said. Well said. Even my needs, you're talking of taking fluid. I drink 2.5 liters of water a day. I'm just flushing it out. Just feel the toxic. I feel you waste it up. And another thing I want to put out here regarding the health-wise, people should limit the amount of salt they put in their food. Color limit the amount of salt. There's better variety of salt on the market than just conventional salt. But generally, salt is not good for us, because it's hypertension and all the other things.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth, I live by my father's philosophy. It
Yes.
I had a herbalist on there, Jennifer, some weeks ago, and she was explaining to us that our body does need salt, but it's the type of salt we take. So you should take Himalayan salt or Gaelic salt. I think is it Gaelic? Yeah, Gaelic salt. Those two salt, you can take them to start there because the nutrients or the things that they have in it, our body actually needs it. But that sacks of salt and them little salt, the chips and them thing there, the salt, they just say no good for it.
Yeah.
So it depends what type of salt. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
I'm not telling people they mustn't season up their food.
Of course.
My mom gave my dad seasoned food. She seasoned up but my mom never used all these different seasoning. Black pepper, salt, right? Little paprika, not even paprika, onion, garlic, thyme. And nobody food tastes sweet like my mother. Food when she cook her food. And my daddy did at 92. Yeah? He survived 5 strokes for 7 years. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah?
Natural
And let's face it, people, we're all gonna die. I mean, what is this obsession with the fact that I'm gonna die? You're gonna dead. If you don't dead today or tomorrow, that's a Celtic salt. Give thanks, Altia. Celtic salt. It's moist, it's very moist. It's quite expensive, but it's very moist. And that the salt with a take. Yeah? But my daddy always said to me, too much of one thing, good for nothing. So even if you have too much of the Celtic salt, it's not going to be good for you. Even too much water is not good for you.
Of course.
Too much of anything is not good for you. You have to have things in a balance.
Of course.
Yeah? Not that I follow it still, but you know what I mean? That's what my old man said. You know what I mean?
Everything in moderation, yes?
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're just fooling the people. And back to what I said earlier. If you want a population control, and you want to kill off people, you and where the boy the name again? Bill Gates and Fauci and Bill Gates' wife and all the and William of Windsor and all them boy there who was talking about population control last year. Keep going back to it. See no bread in your COVID-19 come. Why don't you just run rampant and kill off a few million people? Then you'll have your population control. Or is it a particular population you want to kill? Eh? Let me read out some of these texts and things because I've been chatting for rock store 11 o'clock. Me soon done. All right, let me read out some of them texts here. Right, I Kwaku, this is the dark ages. Today, just like the old Soviet Union, they are cracking down on lawful and free speech. That's right. The same things they accuse the Soviet Union of all these years, they're worse than them. When will the show be repeated, played again? I don't know about that. You have to ask the engineer that. Kwaku. As a side note, can I ask the listeners of Galaxy to support the brother Bobby Wine, who is running to be a president of Uganda? He is a Garveyite and has the support of the youth of the country. T. Islington. Well, that's for the Ugandan people to do that. It's for the Ugandan people them to support him. So I don't know about him, so I can't say that. But if the people in Uganda want to support him, yeah, big up to them. Many people are looking to return to live. Many airlines will be asking you to provide proof you have taken the vaccine. Many countries, all the African countries, will be asking for proof before you enter, especially as they have low rates of infection. So how those of us want to go on but aren't in a state to do it right now? They eat a meat called blue, which means they apply a little heat to the raw meat. Yeah, well, see, this is them, and that's coming from T. Well, on there. See the movie The Birth of a Nation 2016 about Nat Turner and his masses. I think it's better to read the book. Brother Aston. Oh yeah, yes, it was Brother Aston. That's right. Brother Aston is the show that I was listening to earlier. Yeah, Blacknificent Show every Thursday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on GalaxyAfiwi.com. The Mild Day Meditation with Big Bro Aston. Yes, Brother Aston. Yes, listening to quite a good show actually. I must admit. You know, Brother Aston. I catch him every now and then. I've got some texts here to read. Let me put on my specs.
Brother Kwaku, before you read the text, yeah, you're on Sunday, ain't you? You got a new format on Sunday, haven't you?
Huh?
You're on between 6 and 6 or 8 on Sunday, because I could call you back then, you know. Because I'm getting tired now myself, you know.
Are you still in? Are you in Nigeria?
Yeah, I'm still in Nigeria. Yeah. I just want to get something to eat. The time is about the same, yeah. You know, it's the same.
Oh, seen. So before you go, what's happening with the SARS in Nigeria?
Well, for me, they're wolfing sheep clothing. They just, just to rubber people, like you say, the popularism, popular youth, people who are doing well, they're wolfing sheep clothing. Every time they disband them, they come out in another formation. So, I mean, but anyway, they burned the courthouse down here. The courthouse, they burned it down because, I mean, the people, they feel that what is going on there is complicit to what SARS are. So, you can't blame them. So, when this courthouse is rebuilt...
Could you, I'll tell you what, Ade, just in a minute, could you explain what SARS... I don't know if the people that is listening know what we're talking about. So explain to them a bit about what SARS is and what's happening in Nigeria, and then let me just go to these texts and take the next call.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically they are just to protect people from armed robbers, which is a fallacy.
Yeah, but what does SARS mean?
Well, I don't even know what it means. It's a search and something like that. But your listeners are aware. They will know what SARS is. They'll have a... I don't even know what they stand for, But in the part of Lagos where the problem is, I mean, but anyway, they try to disband them, but they come out in another formation. But hopefully they're gone now because people have been held accountable, So now, this time they have been disbanded. And as you say, somebody just texts you as regarding Bobby Wine, there's an election in Nigeria next year. So again, as you say, it's up to the Nigerian people and it's up to the Ugandan people to make the serious changes with progressive people there. They don't want leaders who would dress up as a wolves and behave like a sheep. No, not for them.
All right, give thanks for that, Ade, yeah?
Thank you, brother.
Rise up yourself and do me a favor, just touch the motherland, talk to the ancestors and pour some libation for us out there, you know what I mean?
Okay, then.
Because you're in the best place right now, believe.
Well, be more contented, rather than being in London.
Yeah, you're in the motherland. You see, you might not think that right now because certain things me get it, but trust me. Remember, say you can't move. We can't move. We're upon an island. Them have we lock and trap. Yeah. Say we can burn down courthouse. If we burn down courthouse, them are dead.
Well, I'm doing my piece of this. I actually do a reggae show here, I'm just looking...
Well, tell us the radio show. How do we listen to it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a radio show. It's not my radio station, but I just, they just use me as a guest. Just come on, you just couple of 2 hours, rock steady, lovers rock, and, everything.
Oh, you play music?
Yeah, I play music.
Yeah, because you can't chat too much out there, innit? Because they come on radio and bust you up, innit?
Yeah, I mean...
No, it's illegal. Yeah, it's a proper radio station.
No, but what I'm saying is you can't talk this kind of show on that radio station. You can't ban them. Because if you ban them, they might come for you.
They've got the talk show, yeah. And then they linked up. I've mentioned your station to them, you know.
So what's yours? Oh, can we listen to you? What's the frequency? Is it on the internet?
Yeah, get it on the internet. Yeah, I think you can get it.
The Skuma area, you know.
Who does talking at the background? Oh yeah, go on.
Anyway, let me finish. Brother.
Okay. Odabo. Salafia. Yeah. Special anti-robbery squad. That's what SARS mean. Give thanks for the Altia. Right. Who may have on the line here?
Greetings.
Akwaba.
Yeah.
What to say?
Kwaku.
Let me just read out some of these texts that I have here, and then I'll come to you, brother. Prophet, rise up, burn the fire. Kwaku, could you give details if the coalition council thank you? I don't know. Oh yeah, I will do. Right, I gotta tell people them can get in contact with us. Meet is cut. Yeah, I read that one after the weight name there. Would it be good idea to train others to do the work you do, or train apprentices? I have my little apprentices them, them still are listening on them. I do thing. Was it Doc? Doc, why are you making that hypocrite talk out your show? That was Dr. Stevenson's show. So that's the texts, that's the WhatsApp. I haven't given out the numbers, so let me give out the live link number. The live link number is 0207 193 0174. I've been speaking for over an hour, nearly 2 hours now. So if you want to call in and interact, tell me say quick, I hear that thing you talk and all them So Nads, big up yourself. Charles, rise up yourself. If you want tell me say me's a idiot, nothing when me say make no sense, then feel free. I'll take your call, no problems. +44 if you're abroad, and then you drop the next 0207 193 0174, and then it's the text number and the WhatsApp number. So if you want to send things in by text, WhatsApp is +44 if you're abroad, and then you drop the next 073 77 92 07 03. That's +44. Drop the next 073 77 92 07 03. That's the way to get in contact with us and think. And before you come on, brother Kwame, I just got to play a little ad, yeah, and people listen to this ad carefully. Yeah, it's an event that's going on. It's free, yeah, and so just listen to the information.
With the official Ghana Beyond the Year of Return series, invite you to the biggest end of year pre-Kwanzaa celebration in the world, Black Tricity. Featuring a monumental lineup promoting the culture of the African diaspora from Ghana to the Americas and worldwide, including Reggie Rockstone, Randy Valentine, Yusufu Jallo, VVN, Malaku Selassie, Daddy Makes Dough, Pods, King Wiz, Tubada, Ras Ashiba, Mama Sia, Brother Leader Bandaka, Silas Zephaniah, Israel, Anika, and a special Voyage to Motherland panel discussion. All this and more, hosted by Nat Nai and Stella B, taking place Saturday, the 19th of December, 2020, from 12 p.m. GMT. Register absolutely free at gotkushtv.com to gain access to this exclusive live stream. And yes, you heard correctly, this event is absolutely free. Gotkush TV in conjunction with Ghana Beyond the Year of Return presents Black at gotkushtv.com to gain access to this exclusive live stream. And yes, you heard correctly, this event is absolutely free. And yes, you heard correctly, this event is absolutely free. And yes, you heard correctly. This event is absolutely free. Got Kush TV in conjunction with Ghana, the On the Year of Return presents Black Trinity. This is an event not to be missed. Got Kush TV, in conjunction with the official Ghana Beyond the Year of Return series, invite you to the biggest end-of-year pre-Kwanzaa celebration in the world, Black Trinity. Featuring a monumental lineup promoting the culture of the African diaspora from Ghana to the Americas and worldwide, including Reggie Rockstone, Randy Valentine, Yusufu Jallo, VVN, Malaku Selassie, Daddy Makes Dough, Tods, King Wiz, Tubada, Ras Ashiba, Mama Sia, Brother Leader Bandaka, Silas Zephaniah, Israel, Anika, and a special Voyage to Motherland panel discussion. All this and more. Host invite you to the biggest end-of-year pre-Kwanzaa celebration in the world, Black Trinity. Featuring a monumental lineup promoting the culture of the African diaspora from Ghana to the Americas and worldwide, including Reggie Rockstone, Randy Valentine, Yusufu Jallo, VVN, Malaku Selassie, Daddy Makes Dough, Tods, King Wiz, Tubada, Ras Ashiba, Mama Sia, Brother Leader Bandaka, Silas Zephaniah, Israel, Anika, and a special Voyage to Motherland panel discussion. All this and more, hosted by Nat Nai and Stella B, taking place Saturday, the 19th of December, 2020, from 12 p.m. GMT. Register absolutely free at Goshen. All this and more, hosted by Nat Nai and Stella B, taking place Saturday, the 19th of December, 2020, from 12 p.m. GMT. Register absolutely more, hosted by Nat Nai and Stella B, taking place Saturday, the 19th of December, 2020, and Stella B, taking place Saturday, the 19th of December 2020 from 12 p.m. GMT. Register absolutely free at gotkushtv.com to gain access to this exclusive live stream. And yes, you heard correctly, this event is absolutely free. Gotkush TV in conjunction with, you heard correctly, this event is absolutely free. Gotkush TV in conjunction with Ghana, the On the Year of Return presents Black Trinity. This is an event not to be missed.
Yeah, give chance. You know this act of terrorism, this vaccine thing. You know what I mean? We all know, or those of us that are of a sound mind, know that this thing is about population control. Like you said, cancer kills more people than this thing, yeah, right? More people have died this year from cancer than of this COVID-19. But they haven't got a cure for that. Like I said, all those years of research, Marie Curie research, Macmillan research, cancer this, they have their tea on scones to raise money for cancer. They've got the cure for cancer. Right? But yet, you know, they can find a cure for this COVID disease. And like we said before, right, vaccine, from start to finish, takes at least 10 years. 10 years. Yeah? And even Fauci said that. Right?
And they said if you rush it through, the minimum time is 5. So all them do it before a year, it's not even a year. That means they must have had it before, because remember saying, it only come out, this thing only come out in a March.
February.
I know you know what? We in a December. And them find a cure, them find a vaccine already? Nah, man.
Exactly.
Nah, man.
That's two things. There's two things there. There's two things on that. So one, they had it already, right? Because if you painted this thing already,
that's right.
Then you must have the cure.
Mm-hmm.
Or because they have a sinister agenda, they rush this thing, quick time, hey presto, 9 months, something that takes 10 years, it's taking them 10 months. Because like you said, the math don't add up.
The maths don't add up. Hold on, Kwame.
That's right.
Kwame, let me bring in the next listener. Next listener, where name and where you call from? Sorry.
My name is Kwame. I'm calling from London.
Oh, so we have Kwame from London and Kwame from Nottingham. Go on, brother. Hey, long time I know you for. Me supposed to call you, know, Kwame.
Yeah, what for?
Alright, go on. Say what you said. Kwame. I'm gone. Alright, go on, Kwame from Nottingham. Go on. He cool back.
Yeah. Like I was saying, right? The math don't add up. How can something that takes from start to finish 10 years take 10 months?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're saying, there's two things that people need to critically analyze. That either they had the cure already, right? When they painted the damn thing in late 2019, because this is when this thing was patented. This COVID-19, 2019 was patented, yeah, right? Or there's something more sinister for them to rush in the vaccine at this stage when they haven't found a cure for cancer, right? Which is a deadly killer, which is actually cancer. All forms of cancer is the biggest killer in the world right now. Cancer, right? Man, they have this cancer, that cancer, prostate cancer. You get me? But yet they can't find a cure for cancer. But yet, hey presto, within 10 months, they found COVID or vaccine.
But Kwame, affricate me with this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You can't wash your hand for 20 seconds and get rid of cancer. Can you?
No.
You can't wash your hand for 28 seconds and get rid of Ebola. Can you?
No.
You can't wash your hands for 28 seconds and get rid of AIDS. Can you?
No.
Yet this virus is supposed to be worse than all of them. But they tell you if you wash your hand for 28 seconds, you're good. So why do we need a vaccine? All we just need for those is get some black soap.
You know what I mean?
You understand me I say?
You know what I mean?
You know? I'll just go down to the chemist and buy some soap and just make sure you wash it. Wash regular.
Exactly.
Because what them I try to say, the people them dirty. Them not wash them on. And I know that to be true. Because I've been in toilets, mate. And I've seen people come in toilets and see them come out of toilet and them not wash them on.
Stop it.
I've seen them do that.
Yeah, man.
You understand me I say? So me know so some of them dirty so hold on say somebody says that Bojo Oven said that it took 10 months for this vaccine to be manufactured when it should take 10 years. So go figure, he nearly admitted that the maths don't add up. Or Boris or something like that.
Exactly. So those are two questions, right, that people should be asking themselves, right? And even Fauci, who is a demon in this thing, right? He even said that the UK has rushed to get the vaccine. He said that they haven't done it carefully and properly. It's not me. It's Fauci.
And did you hear that minister? They got a big talk about that minister who said that Britain is better at everything than everybody else.
Yeah, Gavin Williamson, man, that idiot, fool.
You know, but that's what they're talking about now. So they're making that a story, which is quite pathetic, actually.
Yeah, but this is from the same man that had, when he was Defence Secretary under Theresa May, had plans to invade Africa. So I wouldn't trust anything that this man says with a barge pole, beloved. Right? You ain't better nothing, man. All this country is good at is criminality, man. And trickery and deceitfulness, man. That's why they've been able to use technology to convince the whole people to the extent that 95% of people in this country want to take the relative vaccine, man.
Well, you know what, Brother Kwame, I think on that note, I disagree with you. I don't think 95% of the people in Britain want to take that vaccine. I think more like 95% of them don't want to. But they want to give the impression that they do. Kwame, why don't you try and call back in? I'm Kwame from London. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people. When you're out on the road and you just have conversations with people and you ask them, they say, "Nah, man, I ain't taking that. Nah." You know what I mean? I'd rather have 10 pints than take that. You know what I mean? Right, so, you know, I work on building site with loads of white people and I talk to them about it. Nah, they're not taking it. You understand what I'm saying to you? You have one and two say, I think we need to take it. But most people are saying that they're not. So, you know, when you see them coming with draconian things, like they're going to they want Facebook and all these social media platforms to shut down anybody who's talking against taking the virus. Then you really have to start thinking, well, what's going on here then? Because if most people are going to take it, why would they worry about people who don't take it?
Exactly.
Do you understand me?
And you hear that man yesterday, what's his name? China man come white man, Van Tan, right, said that you must take the vaccine. You must. Again, to try and frightening people then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not mandatory yet, but right now it's not mandatory. So if I get the letter saying, "Oh, Wami, you must come to your local clinic to get your vaccination," yeah, I'll go. But then I take my defense with me, right? Because I've got a document that tells you the legal way to the kind of vaccine, and I read out to whoever's going to do me the vaccination, right? And then I say I politely decline.
How are we going here? Kwame. I don't know, there's something's happened with the engineer. I don't know if you're listening, but more you can't come on and sort out this thing, because it look like people's trying to get through, but it's not coming through under something. So I need some help from the engineer. If the engineer is listening, shut that. Sita come in, yeah. Kwame, are you there? What's happening there? Something's happened there, mate.
I'm here.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know, maybe it's the gremlins. Yeah, we know, you know, the BBC munching at Caversham are listening, and we know MI5 are listening as well with their devices. So, you know, these people didn't sleep, man. They work 25/7, man, and that's what we need to do as well. Work 25/7. But like I said, there's a legally polite way to the kind of this vaccination, right? And if I get sent a letter saying that, you know, Kwame, you got to go, you've been invited by your local GP to attend your vaccination session, you know what I'll do? I'll take my document of proof, I'll read that to a doctor or nurse, and politely decline. You get me? Because, like I said, if you are a man, particularly in your 30s, man, you haven't yet had a family. You want to plan a family, right? If you take that vaccine, I can bet you money, right? That's it. That's it for you, man. It won't happen now, but maybe 10, 15 years down the line, you can't get all done, man. You won't be able to get all done. Yeah, that thing, right? It'd be like a floppy sausage, man.
Well, I mean, look, you know, they're giving mixed messages. They're saying that they want population control. When something comes that can control a population, they're saying they need a vaccine to stop that from controlling the population. So, you know, it's just mixed messages. You know?
Exactly.
Tells you how they're being contradictory all the time. They're contradictory.
Oh, hold on, Kwame. Somebody else is on the line. Who's that on the line?
Sorry, Shiv. Let me wait till Kwame finishes. Brother Jeff, I'll wait till he finishes. I'll be patient. I'll be quiet.
No. Come in, Jeff, because it's long time Kwame are talking.
Yes.
Yeah. So Kwame can come back in. Say what you have to say.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Benjamin. Kwame, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, brother. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you, sir. Kwaku, thank you, sir, for taking my call. Yeah, this chat we're having, the vaccinations. What I'll say is this, people, don't worry because it's not mandatory. I mean, they wish it to be so, but they can't because people will rise up. So don't worry about it. It's not mandatory at all. Just keep an eye on what's going on and don't take it. You'll be okay. If they try to make it mandatory, they'll blood the streets. Don't worry. Well, it's not mandatory. Okay, anyway, it's not mandatory.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, though, brother Jeff, but that's not the thing.
Yes, sir.
You see, because already you can't travel if you don't take a test. So already they're putting things in place, innit? So if you want to travel now, people are going to tell you, if you don't take the vaccine, you can't travel. Whether it's mandatory or not. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you, King. Yeah, what you're saying, King, they may make certain stipulations being less difficult, i.e. not travelling or go to cinema. But right now, regarding the airplane travel, that's not enforced yet for vaccinations yet, if at all. I know what you're saying. I mean, if you fly, as I understand it, maybe I'm wrong, you got to prove that a test is not what's the word, intrusive. It's a test. But if they make a vaccination a mandatory requirement for flying, trust me, they'll blood the streets. Trust me, they won't go that far because they're blood the streets. People won't tolerate that at all. Even, trust me. I mean, people, that's a step too far for them. That's why they're shutting down sites, which give you information, as you quite said, quickly, because people are doing their own research, using their own brains, and the powers that be don't like it at all. So, you know, I'm not being blasé about it, probably. I'm not being blasé, you're right, I'll keep an eye on this, because they could make it mandatory down the line. But as it stands now, it's not. But regarding travelling, flying, as it stands, they're not going to make it mandatory. But if they do, there'll be blood in the streets, trust me, there'll be blood, trust me. The people won't tolerate that. Trust me, King. I mean, if they go that far, there'll be blood in the streets. Forget the political rights. Forget the rights that happened 20 years ago, the political rights. Forget that. That'd be 10 times worse. Trust me. But maybe I'm being blasé or being naive, but people in this country, even they're licky. They're not that licky. Trust me, they don't go too far. Trust me, King. If they go that far, forget about it.
Well, you know, if you feel that differently, then me hear you, know.
I could be wrong. No. I'm saying keep an eye on it. As I said before, this is always moving the goalposts. As you know, as Kwame said, always moving the goalposts. It's not mandatory yet, but next year, who knows? So you know, that's why keep an eye on it. Keep be vigilant. Keep an eye on these people because they're always moving the goalposts. It suits them, and but we'll see.
Okay, give thanks.
Thank you, sir. Listen, Kwame, first of all, there. Blessed love to you and the family. Listen offline. Take care.
Hotep.
How
about that Kwame? They say, calling and him not calling.
Listen, I've been calling in, man, but you're not answering my phone.
Go on, talk now.
Right. I'm sure we're young enough to remember Ebola when it broke out in West Africa.
Yes, sir.
Or should I say old enough? Yeah? What did Britain do? They stopped people from coming in from those countries, right? So how comes when this COVID-19 breakout that they didn't stop people from coming in from China?
Good question.
Yeah. So, you know, people got to look at it also. In South Africa, there's a South African doctor that came up with the solution of sucking out the mucus out of people's lungs. Yeah, as opposed to putting them on ventilator. We don't hear none of that on the TV, do we?
No, we don't. And that's a good point that you bring up, Brother Kwame. Because remember, Dr. Sebi advocated us that most of our sicknesses are created by mucus. Kwame?
Yeah. Yeah.
You continue.
Yes, I'm just raising those points, you know, that people need to see that there's more at play than, you know, people just and also that Keir Starmer, he was one of them that prompted the government to lock off Facebook and any
him is a Blairite, isn't it? So him go talk like him is a Blairite. It was all orchestrated. The whole everything, the Brexit, the thing with Jeremy Corbyn, it all links in. If you do the maths, it all adds up, mate. It all adds up. They're sinister, these people, very calculated in how they do things. Never underestimate them. We underestimate them at our peril. Believe. 0207 193 0174. If you're abroad, +44. And all you silent listeners, and if you take out the phone and come give us some information, because we can learn something from on the top. Yeah? And text number 07377 920703, and that's a WhatsApp number also. See what dip on the text are. So Kwame, you done?
Yeah.
So you never say you done there. So Kwame, how's everything going on with the foot?
Say again?
No, not you. Kwame from London.
Okay.
Kwame from London. Kwame, I'm gone. Oh, go on, Kwame from Nottingham.
Yeah, so I'm saying that, you know, as a people, we definitely need to be skeptical and very circumspect about this whole vaccine thing, man. Right? But I know some of our people won't believe what you and I are saying. They think that we're scaremongering, we're circle conspiracy theorists, because they're brought into this whole narrative, yeah? So let them do it, man. When they do it, they'll see what happened to them. But like I said, I don't believe that, you know, they may make it mandatory, maybe later on this year, I don't know. But in terms of flying, maybe to their countries, i.e., if you want to go to, you know, America, France, Canada, Australia, you know what I mean? They make it there.
Yeah, but Kwame, we know that the black countries are going to follow suit. We know this. This is something that we know. You understand what I'm saying to you? We know this. You know? I've got a message here. It says, Dwayne Brooks is a member of the Conservative Party. Make him take the vaccine for the vaccine for the black people. Say no to COVID pandemic vaccine. Azania Jem. Big up yourself, Azania Jem. And then got it. You know, there's a lot of messages here, you know.
Read them, man.
David Icke is now banned from Twitter for his anti-vaccine tweets. China is the largest population in the world. India is the second with 1.3 billion people. Africa is the third largest population. Has 55 million people, and is thought Britain has 55 million people, and is thought of the ignorant as still being the leading brains in the world. Therefore, no surprise that Britain should be first. And that's what that text says. Yeah, so go on, where you say, Kwame?
Yeah, so like I'm saying, man, you know, they may follow suit, but, you know, that will kill their tourism industry if they did. You know, so I don't know if they will actually follow suit. Some may do, but I don't think some rely on tourism. I don't think they would follow suit, because I think I think it became mandatory. Yeah, I think it will kill the airline business. You know,
it may and it may not. I know that a lot of people is sheepish like, and they will take it because they want to travel. I was having this conversation with my brethren yesterday, and he was talking to some of his brethren them, and man was saying, boy, you know, if it means I can't travel, I'll take it, and things like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, people are a bit thick, you know. You understand? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, you know, like I said, if they did do that, it could damage the industry. So I think twice about doing that. But like I said, this man's a demon. You never know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? So, you know, but we're going to be one step ahead of the game, man. We're going to be trying to be one step ahead of them, man. You know what I mean? So if this should tell us something that we
somebody that's texting Kwame to correct you and to say Australia is not their country.
Well, I know that. I really know that. But it's just like,
it was a figure of speech, but you know, the listeners are precise.
Sorry?
Alright, Kwame, you finished? You want to wrap up?
Yeah, man. So I'm just saying that people, I haven't even started yet, but I'll just say people, be very circumspect, right? Do your own research, right? Don't believe what you hear from anything that we're saying tonight. Please go and do your research into vaccines, yeah? There's lots of material out there that tells you about the dangers of vaccines. And vaccines are innocent. Vaccines are not natural. They are man-made, right? And I'll just close on two things, or three things. One, it takes, like I said, 10 years for a vaccine. They've done this less than 10 months. And secondly, right, if they've got this vaccine, how come they ain't got a cure for cancer that kills more people than this dreaded thing that they call COVID-19?
Well, people ain't asking that question now, they Kwame. Let's face it. People ain't asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they need to think about that. You know what I mean? But give thanks.
Give thanks. Otep. Otep caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Otep, Brother Jeff again. Sorry to keep being a nuisance. But you had a question about Kwame before about SARS. I think it was Kwame, you asked me what it meant. SARS was an acronym for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, which occurred in 2002. If you remember, brother, there was an outbreak of SARS from... No.
The SARS I was talking about is a special patrol group in Nigeria that's set up to stop armed robbery.
Oh, okay. Okay, brethren. Okay, thanks, sir. Yeah, regarding the little chat, I might make another contribution, brethren. Yeah, I mean, brethren, sisterins, pay attention. What's happened in America? Pay attention, because that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, if they become the president and vice presidents, then we could be in trouble. I'll tell you why. Because those two are part of the corrupt deep states, and Biden and Harris, they'll be for mandatory vaccinations, even though it takes a long while to process, but they'll be for it. See, Trump is against it. That's why I hate Trump, because Trump's against the deep states. I'm not Trump's supporter. I was done it wrong.
Yeah, but everything Trump was doing was the same thing that they're doing now. I don't believe all that. I don't listen. Look, I don't trust none of them. Trump, not none of them. I'm not looking to none of them for my salvation. I tell you, got you.
Correct.
Yeah. So I don't care whether Trump. I don't care whether Biden. Whatever her name,
Harris, yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust the Harris people. You can't trust the Harrises,
Harris, she's a devil. But obviously, properly, they're all bad. But trust Biden and Harris, they're worse. But I'll leave it at that. But regarding the Kwame's point about travelling, you're right, because they may use the carrot. I mean, your friend that you said that if he for convenience sake, you may say the best thing to travel. So what they do, they may use the carrot instead of the stick. You see, what they might say is, "Oh, Jeff, if you want to go to work, if you want to go cinema or football, take the vaccinations."
Yeah. All of that.
Yeah,
all of that is coming into play. But as usual, people be apathetic, and when it drops on them, that's when you're gonna hear them crying. Give thanks, brother Jeff.
But thanks, my brother and sister, in blessed love. Take care. I'll see you down the road.
Yes, Otep. Right, it's coming close up to the end of the show, and I want to thank everybody that tuned in on the Facebook. I want to thank everybody that share the video or whatever the case may be. You better share it quick because they're going to shut it down. And I want to thank everybody who's listening on the .com. I want to thank the management for providing the space so that I can do. I'm working at the moment. I've done hard work I do outside, so I'm painting and decorating work. So if you want to know decorating outside, inside, check the profit. Yeah? Because some me eat my food, you know, come I don't want to go work for nobody. You understand me? I say? Yeah, I have to put food on the table for the family. So just check me on the www.meduty@yahoo.co.uk. MUDUTY@yahoo.co.uk. Now, for those of you who want to get involved in the African Coalition Council, just send an email to africancoalitioncouncil.com. No, African Coalition Council at yahoo.com. And African spelled with a K. AFRIKAN. See? And we will get back to you and tell you how you can get involved in the African Coalition Council. See? Believe this is the way to go. Unity. Umoja. Not all of us are going to unify. It's just one of those. Some people ain't just going to want nothing to do with it. But we have to create a voice that's going to speak on the behalf of Africans. And a situation like COVID that's here now, very serious. See me a yarn every 2 minutes. It's live Facebook business. I'm a yarn because I'm tired. Because I'm up from 6 o'clock this morning at work. So, no feel no way. If you see me bust 2 yarn and on a big thing. All I'm saying to people that we must be wary of people or companies bearing gifts. And how are they going to minister in the United States? Are they going to do that for free? Because remember, you have to have Medicare in the United States. So I don't know how our brothers and sisters in the United States of America is going to survive in that country with this thing. So let me read out this text. Bonafire upon the wicked aliens, Prophet Kwaku. If you and I even a minor criminal record, we will never be able to work in certain industry. Yet I'm Prezeri, one of the main vaccine suppliers, and others have criminal charges running into the billions for knowingly bribing doctors and the killing of a lot of people in Africa, including innocent children. How the hell can you trust people such as them? Fire for them wicked. And that's coming from Topsy Norwood. Big up yourself, Topsy Norwood. I think I've said enough on this virus thing. I've given my opinion of how I think it came about. I've given my opinion of what I think we should do. But remember this, people of the world. Governments are not implied to do as they want. You vote them in to represent you. It is you, the people, that give them the power. And so they create these little mini armies that they call police. They equip them with all kind of equipment to subdue citizens. And if we don't stand up against them, they will run over our children and our children's children. And they will destroy our planet that has been so good to us. Mother Earth has been so good to us. Mother Earth give us clean air, give us water, give us food. Mother Earth provides all the necessary materials to give us shelter. But there is a particular group or a particular alien on this planet that's bent on trying to control Mother Nature, that's bent on trying to control Mother Nature's creations, who is bent on raping Mother Earth as they raped Mother Earth's earthlings. Be vigilant. My teacher told me once, question everything, believe nothing. It's either you know it or you don't know it. My African family, who I love dearly, who I've put at the forefront of my life in the last 30 years, be vigilant. Wherever we are in the world as Africans, it is our duty to affricate our children about who they are, how they arrive where they are, where they came from, and what their purpose should be. We cannot sit down and wait for governments of the world, be they Europeans or even Africans or any other kind, to affricate our children. Many are the governments of Africa and the diaspora that work for the benefit of the colonial masters, the people that colonized, kidnapped, raped, pillaged and killed our people, the people that imposed their learning system upon us, and now we regurgitate it like trained animals, as if we didn't have systems of governance before they came. I don't know how else to put it, but we are in critical times and we need to take critical measures. And if we don't move as one voice, then we open up ourselves for sniper attack. And believe me, they don't miss. So I'm appealing to the African family to find an organization, and if you can't find one, create one, but come into the fold. We spent too much time arguing amongst ourselves, and yes, there are things in our community we do need to talk about, and they will be spoken about. Make no beans about that. But the mission must be the total liberation of our people by any means necessary. And that total liberation is a liberation of the mind. We got to get our mind in gear. We have to. It is imperative. And many are our brothers and sisters around the globe who has certain knowledge. Let's not keep that knowledge to ourselves, but to disseminate it amongst our people. Let's not be greedy and be charging a bag of money that the ordinary African cannot afford. There is over 1 billion Africans on this planet. No, we are not the minority. And we have the best birth success rate than anybody else, believe it or not. So I could step forward and go through, because I don't come here on a Thursday night. In fact, I was supposed to do an interview tonight, but the sister called it off, and so I'm waiting for the interview in the near future. I want to big up my sister and sister Sunise and Errol out there in the Gambia. My brothers and sisters in the other parts. Sister Sesame in Botswana. I haven't heard from her for a little while. We heard from her some weeks ago. She's been very busy doing the works, but we want to rise her up. And before I head out, I want to play this tune by Michael Gordon. It's an excellent tune, and we must never forget what the Anglo-Saxons, the British, did to the Native Americans in America when they went to war with them over their land. And they gave them blankets riddled with, what was it, measles or the flu virus, one of them. And it killed out hundreds of thousands of them. So we know the people that we were dealing with, or the creature that we are dealing with. This is not a hate campaign. This is not a campaign against others. This is a campaign for truth. And many other people who are afraid of the truth. Governments afraid of just the ordinary citizen knowing the truth about the situation and circumstances they find themselves in. I am an attempter of the truth, finding it, trying to give it. I'm passionate about that. And so we teach our children about the principles of Mahat: reciprocity, natural order, truth, and balance and justice. I want to big up my brother Carl Grant for his sojourn that led him to the Supreme Royal Courts of Justice. And I wanted to speak about that. I'm sure you've seen it on the Facebook. But we were out there in support of Brother Carl on Monday as an African Coalition Council. I want to big up the members that were there. And the police came mob-handed. There's hundreds of them. Telling us that we could not stand outside the Royal Courts of Justice. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The Royal, not the Courts of Justice, not the Inner London Crown Court, the Royal Court of Justice, the Supreme Court of the courts in this land. And they came mob-handed, trying to abuse and intimidate us. And at one point the police came to me and said, listen, Bridget, stay a meter away. And the funeral rules a meter. So all y'all go arrest me, and it's a meter, you're supposed to be away from me. Do you notice now the police are wearing masks? Do you remember months ago I said, why are they wearing masks? Is there something that they know that we don't know? Even that the police force does not follow the procedures they're trying to impose on us. In that, when they're in them vans, There's nowhere they're a meter away from each other when they pack up in the van. So how does that work? Or did they get the vaccine before it come? You see the hypocrisy of these people? You see the hypocrisy? Do not believe anything them telling you. Because believe me, nothing they tell you will ever be true. They acquired their wealth by the murder, rape, and capture of other people's land. And other people's land who never saw the land as theirs anyway, they saw it as the land is there for people to use. Tell your children the stories. Read them the books. Africate them. Find a Saturday school wherever you are. You can join our Saturday school as a SEBA or as a student at www.nubiassaturdayschool.org. Or if you have my personal number, you can call me. You've been in tune to the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show on GalaxyAfiwe.com. Show sponsored by African Development Enterprise, 48 Ryland Peckham Indoor Market, Southeast 15 5 Bravo Yankee. So, as the Texas said, them get juke up long time. Beware, my people. Be safe. Be cautious. Be stern. Be steadfast. Be strong. This is a Prophet Maduti, Sakara Pi Anki Imote Bonso, Edina, Itepe, Ineke, Jea, Senebe. Divine peace, long life, stability, and good health. And as I said in Star Trek, live long and prosper. Ote. Michael Garden.